Welcome back, guys. This is part 3 of my Xbox 360 collection. I'm going to be showing you a load more now, starting off with Vanquish. This is a really, really good game. Very underrated. Not everybody knows about this one, but it's really, really good. First-person game. Not first-person, sorry. Third-person game, sort of in the Gears of War sort of vein, but hectic. You can slide about into cover and things, and yeah, it's a really good game, that. Kane and Lynch, Dead Men. I really enjoyed this game. The controls are a little bit clunky now, but at the time it was a really, really good game. Where you play as the two, like gangsters. Yeah, good game. This is the second one, Kane and Lynch 2, Dog Days. This one was just as good as the first one. Finished both of them in co-op. The controls were a bit better in this one, but they were as good as each other. It had a good cops and robbers mode on this one, so I'd probably say this one edges the other one. Doom 3, this is the BFG edition. Doom 3 is one of my favourite horror games of all time, and my favourite Doom game. I prefer it to the new one. Even though the new one's good. I like it how there's it's a lot slower paced and a lot more horror based, this one. I've got a few versions of Doom 3, but love that game. Witcher 2, Assassin of Kings. Another great game. This got me into the Witcher series. I never did quite finish this one, and it's not quite as good as number 3. Number 3 was a masterpiece, but this, if you're a Witcher fan, everybody needs to play this as well. Dark Void. Well, I only got it for £2, so it's alright. It's nothing spectacular. Third person game, not as good as Vanquish, but not bad. I like the box it was in for £2. Alone in the Dark. This is the tin version. As you can see, it's not in the best of conditions. It's a little bit dented, but £1.50. It's an alright game. It's not the best horror game you'll ever play, and it's not even that scary, but it's not bad if you can pick it up cheap. Turok. This is the tin version of Turok as well. Classic Turok. Yeah, good game. It's probably the best Turok game you can get, I would have said. But yeah, it's alright. This one's not fantastic either, but if you can find the tin version for £6. Bioshock, tin version again. That one's a little bit dented as well, but I've got normal version of Bioshock as well. The first one being my favourite Bioshock game of all time. Love the first one. Doom 3, limited collector's edition. Yeah, this is probably one of my favourite tin editions I've got. I think I paid about £20 for this one. And I've got the normal version and the BFG edition as well, but love this one. Battlefield Bad Company. This is the gold edition. I'll be honest, I haven't finished the first one. I've finished the second one, Bad Company, played it to death and loved it. I keep meaning to go back and play this. I think I only paid about £3 for this gold edition, but yeah, I really like the box of that one. Perfect Dark Zero. This is another one I got cheap, limited collector's edition. In the metal tin and everything for, what, £2? You can't argue with that. It's a pretty basic game now, looks pretty basic, but when you can get them cheap, you may as well. Another tin edition I bought, Devil May Cry 4. I'm not a massive fan of the Devil May Cry series. Again, I got it because it was £4. For this version. I have played it, never finished it. I probably never will finish it, and I probably won't get another Devil May Cry game, but I just wanted that one because of the price. Tom Clancy's End War. This is again the tin edition. This is another one. I like to buy tin editions when they're cheap. This one was unique because of the voice commands. My son plays more strategy games than I do, but this is pretty good what I played of it. Lost Planet, the first one. Again, £1.50 for the tin version. I've got the regular version as well, but when you can get them dirt cheap, you may as well. The first ever Borderlands. Many hours pumped into this. I've not got the remaster yet. Played this one in co-op loads. Finished it many times. Got tons of good weapons. So addictive, that game. Again, Borderlands 2. Finished this one all the way to the end. Played this one a lot as well, but for some reason, I just preferred the first one. I just thought the world was better in the first one and everything, and I don't know what it was. This one was a great game as well, but the first one was better. The pre-sequel, of course. This is the only Borderlands game I've never finished. I played a bit of it. Didn't like it as much as the other two, nowhere near. Because the oxygen feature was a bit dodgy and all that zero gravity stuff. But I will be picking up Borderlands 3, but as of yet I've still not finished that one. This is just a disc DLC for the first Borderlands. You got the Underdome and the Zombie Island on this. This was back when you could get DLC on discs. The first Dead Rising tin version. I have the regular version as well. But yeah, for the sake of £8, I just like this version. I've never finished Dead Rising 1. Dead Rising 2. This is the Zombrex version. That was even cheaper, £6. And you get the pen and everything in it. And I just like the tin version. I've got the regular version of that as well. Gears of War 1. This must be the biggest, chunkiest tin I've ever seen. Again, for £3. I've got the original normal version a few times. Finished it many times, but I just wanted this version for cheap. The limited edition of Gears of War 2. Again, £4. I have the regular versions, but everything with it for £4, you can't complain. That would possibly be my favourite Gears of War, this and number 3. Star Ocean, The Last Hope. This is the limited collector's edition. Yeah, it's an impressive box set. Different boxes and things, but I haven't played too much of this one. I think I got it for about £5. And yeah, I just liked it for that price. Halo Wars, the first one. Tin version. I just like the tin of this, to be honest. Because I picked it up cheap. I just stuck it alongside my regular version. My son has played a lot more of these than I have, but good game. Aliens, Colonial Marines. Everybody laughs at this game. A game has to be really bad for me not to like it, and I didn't think this was a bad game. They improved it. I managed to play it all the way through. Yeah, I don't think it was as bad as people made out. But this is Halo 4, the limited edition. It's got the tin inside, the steelbook. Again, I have the regular version. You get all that with it. Played it a lot. Not my favourite Halo game. Number 3 is, but worth having. Murdered Soul Suspect. This is the limited edition. I have the Xbox One version digitally on my Xbox One. But this is the one that I pumped the most time into, was this version. Finished it. It was a little bit buggy and jittery, the graphics on this version, but you get a nice book at that with it. This is Dishonored, the special edition. Again, same with most of these. I've got the remastered Xbox One version, but I got this because you get some nice playing cards with it. And I just really like the box it was in. So I got that new at the time when it came out. This big thing is the... this is Castlevania, Lords of Shadow, number 2. I have number 1 that I'll get to as well, but this is number 2. You get it along with a load of like figurines and things in there, but yeah, to be honest with you, I've actually never played this. I've played a bit of number 1, a few levels of it, never got round to playing this. I bought it because at the time it were about £12, this Tomb Edition, and now the price has gone up even more, so I picked this up while it were a bit cheaper, but I've never played it yet. Oh yeah, that's that. Move that out of the way. Lost, the video game. I never really watched the series of Lost. I bought this because it was cheap, and I'd heard the achievements were quite easy to get on it. So, nearly finished it, never got round to finishing it. World Snooker, 2007. Not a bad game. Obviously, you've got to be into snooker, and I like snooker, so yeah, not too bad. Fable 2. Everybody knows Fable. Good game, better than number 3. Probably the best in the series, if you're into them little RPG sort of games, but yeah, good game. Splatterhouse, this one's quite fun if you just like mindless running about, killing things and fighting. Yeah, it's got a brilliant soundtrack to it, that one. But yeah. Sorry, this one's Fable 2. The other one was 3. My mistake. Can't tell I've not played much of number 3. But this was number 2. I did play more of number 2 than 3. L.A. Noire. Good game. I got it ages and ages ago when it first came out. I've not got the remaster, but really enjoyed this, what I played of it. I do prefer playing of gangsters more than cops on games, but yeah, good game, Rockstar, so it's going to be good. The Godfather 2. Again, this is a good game. It's a good sequel, better than the first one. If you're into all that crime and you like the Godfather films, this is a must. It's good how you feel like you can take over the city as well, like the old Scarface games and that. Mortal Kombat, this is number 9 in the series. Played this to death. Like this one, loved it. Mortal Kombat's my favourite series. This and Excel. I've got 11 pre-ordered. Brilliant games. Duke Nukem Forever. £2.50. But nowhere near as bad as people made out. I played all the way through this, and I enjoyed it, what I played of it. Good game, you can't argue for cheap. Red Faction Guerrilla. Very good game. I've not got the remaster, but really good destructible environments and on Mars. Yeah, fantastic if you're into sci-fi games. Red Faction Armageddon. A good game, maybe not quite as good as Guerrilla. Not open world or anything like that, but as a game on its own, yeah, it's pretty good. I enjoyed what I played of it. Original Crackdown. Obviously, it's been out forever. Better than number 2 in my opinion, which I have as well. Enjoyed it. I've not got number 3 yet. I've been put off by the bad reviews. Prison Break the game. If you like the Prison Break TV show, it's not a bad game. Voice actors and everything on it, and makes you feel like you're actually in the prison. Yeah, it's not a bad game. Sega Superstars Tennis. An okay game. I'm not a massive fan of tennis. Bought this one really to play with kids, and it were quite cheap. Never really ended up playing it much, but yeah, not a bad game. Alpha Protocol. This one I really wanted to enjoy. I can see why people love it. I couldn't quite get into it. I thought the hacking picking system was very, very difficult. I don't know what it was, and that kind of put me off. But I can see why people love it, and it's underrated. Max Payne 3. Got all the Max Payne games, and I enjoyed this one. Every one of them are good. Obviously, this looks newer, and Max looks older and more grizzled on this one, but good game. Legendary. This is a good little game, first-person shooter. If you're into all that mythological, it's not bad. It's little bit basic, but definitely worth it if you can find it cheap. Dark Messiah, Might and Magic Elements. Again, £2, and obviously this looks basic now compared to games we have these days like Skyrim and that, but not a bad game. You never see it that much in the shops. Monopoly. Good game to play with your family and stuff, 4 players. with friends. It's quite fun if you, and plus it saves all the mess of actually clearing all the pieces up. So yeah, I like that. Kung Fu Panda. This game's been out forever, but even though it's been out forever, it still plays really well actually, for a bit of a kiddified game. Plus, Jack Black's awesome. Marvel vs. Capcom, Fate of Two Worlds. This is number 3. Good game. Obviously, for me, nowhere near as good as the Mortal Kombat games. Are the best you can get, and Injustice. Injustice 2 was brilliant. But it's not a bad game. I'm just not as into it as the others. The First Prey. This one, I got really, really far through this one. And then, for some reason, I give up right at the end. I got stuck on this mission where you're in the space station thing up in space. And I couldn't figure out where to go. And I got sidetracked. But it was good what I played of it. NCIS. This one was an easy 1,000 gamer score. Plus, it helps. I like the TV show. I only bought it, really, for the gamer score. The regular version of Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway. This is another one. Got about 3/4 of the way through. Played it quite a lot and just got sidetracked, but it was good what I played of it. Conflict Denied Ops. I got given this one, and to be honest, it's not very good. It's a bit crappy. Basic. I only keep hold of it because it's in collection, but I'll never play it. WWE 12. I just wanted to add to the WWE collection. 13 was my favourite, but this one is pretty much as near to 13 as you can get. They tended to get worse after that. Lego Jurassic World. Not bad. If you're into Lego games, it's a good game. I'm not really, really into Lego games, but it's a good one. Deus Ex Human Revolution. I've never finished a Deus Ex game. Mankind Divided or Human Revolution. I can see why people like them. I just need to sit down and play more of them. Homefront. Now I have finished this one. Really enjoyed this. I used to love playing the multiplayer on this years ago, and I have nearly finished Homefront: The Revolution, which is underrated, but this one was good. Thief, the Xbox 360 version of Thief, as I've got the new one as well. It's good. It's a bit like a poor man's Dishonored, to be honest, for me. But yeah, it's not bad. It's alright. Fear 3. Sorry, these Fear games are not in order. Good game. The worst out of the 3 in my opinion, but good how you could play it co-op with somebody. This was my favourite Fear game. Fear 2. Especially the school scenes in it were quite scary. But this was a really, really good one. As well as number 1, the first Fear. That was a good game. Number 1 and number 2 and number 3, I've finished them all. They have all full of jump scares. I've also got Fear Files, which is both standalone expansions for number 1, but I've never put this in. Well, I have to see it working, but I've never played any of the DLCs, but both very good games. Splinter Cell Blacklist. This was a good game. If you're into Splinter Cell, I suck at stealth games, to be honest, but yeah, pretty good. Again, Splinter Cell Conviction. I went through a stage of trying to collect the whole Splinter Cells. Never finished them. Played a bit. Enjoyed what I played. Same as Splinter Cell Double Agent. I wanted to collect all the Splinter Cells for this generation. I've got all the older ones as well, but they're just there to make up the collection. Worms Collection. You get Worms, Worms 2 Armageddon, Ultimate Mayhem. All good games. Ultimate Mayhem was actually really, really fun. Good game. Fuel. This was a really good open world racing game. The world did look a bit bare at times, but I enjoyed what I played of it. It got a bit boring driving around the world. Two Worlds 2. This is the Game of the Year edition. Like a poor man's Oblivion. Not bad though. Not a bad game to have in your collection. I wanted it just to see what it was like, to be honest. Now this is a good game. Dante's Inferno. This is a really, really good game. Enjoyed this one. I'm not into all them sort of hack and slash games, but this one, I don't know what it was about this one. I just really enjoyed the story and everything in this one. I'd recommend that 100%. Thanks for watching part 3. I'll upload a part 4 to finish off very soon in the next couple of days. Part 4 will be the last. Thanks for watching.